Hey everybody, it's Tim Rhey with True Rate Mortgage Group, and I want to share an interesting mortgage story for you. And it's also a good one to learn from. So not long ago, I got a call from a random 310 number, area code number on a Monday morning, I think it was. And the person on the other end said, hey, he said, my name is so-and-so. I won't give you his name here for privacy reasons. And I was given your number and heard that you had creative loan options. And all right, anytime you hear that in lending, two things. First, this usually means you got a messy loan coming over, or a real tough loan, I should say. Second, I thought maybe it was a prank because the dude's name was an actual person that I had just seen on TV 2 weeks ago in a fight. So he was a UFC fighter. And so I immediately thought, man, this could be a prank. Like I've got friends who would probably prank me and do this. So, but needless to say, I let the conversation go. But the guy who he claimed to be, I thought was pretty awesome. In fact, at the time, he was one of my favorite fighters. So it was a little weird speaking with him on the phone. At any rate, he explained to me that he was trying to get a mortgage, but was having trouble because he had only fought 3 times in the past 3 years, and his income was inconsistent. Now, in general, as you probably have heard, lenders want to see that your income is stable, verifiable, and expected to continue. So anyway, he wanted to buy a home in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I, at the time, and still do, quite a few mortgage loans. But he was actually referred to me, it turns out, from a boxing coach who I worked with in the past. So I kind of knew that this was legit. Anyway, I took his application over the phone, and it turns out he had, I want to say between maybe $2.5 million saved up over the years from fights and endorsement deals. So he was looking to buy I want to say a $900,000 home in Scottsdale, Paradise Valley area, which if you're from there, you know that's actually not much. But again, nobody would lend him the money. He had talked to numerous sources, and when he called me, the first thing that came to my mind was, you know what? There actually is a loan product for you. And I think I surprised him when I let him know that there are actually 2 lenders in the country. It's a CDFI loan, and it works for situations like his. So as long as he had at least 20% to put down and a credit score of 660 or higher and 12 months reserves. Now, reserves are, think of your mortgage payment, your proposed mortgage payment, times a certain number of months. So in order for this program, you need 12 months of reserves sitting in an account in case things go wrong and you can make that payment. So if you had those 3 things, we could do the loan. And there were no checks on his income for this loan program, no checks on his job security, and no concern for the fact that he hasn't fought much lately and he may never fight again. This loan program does not care about your income, and it's for people who have a solid down payment, or maybe new business owners who don't quite have the required 2 years yet. Maybe people who just get unique income that's hard to follow. This program could be for people like that. You need a decent credit, but if you don't have the usual employment history or income that other loans require, it could be for you. Now, the downside of this program, obviously his rate was going to be higher and there were some extra costs. It reminds me, somebody asked me at the time, why didn't he just pay cash? Well, the guy had saved up a lot of money from fights. He didn't know when he was going to fight again, and he just didn't want to burn through all his savings. And I completely understand that. A mortgage payment would have allowed him to plan for his future a little easier rather than burn through his entire savings. So, and I also think, I think he thought that the home would help him gain equity. So by buying this house, he would gain equity, and then in the meantime, rather than rent, own a home in 3 years, make some money on it. I get that as well. So if you're in a similar situation, you don't have to be a fighter. You don't have to be somebody who makes a ton of money. But if you're in a similar situation and your lender's telling you that your DTI or your debt to income is too high, there could be some loan options out there. Only 2 lenders offer this currently, and it's pretty cool. You can also get a gift for your down payment. So you could technically get a 20% down gift, not show your income or not worry about your income, and get into a home. Now, just like any loan program, there's other variations and requirements. For example, if you put a little more than 20% down, you can actually get a little bit better rate and a little lower cost. You have to qualify for it, obviously, but it's a pretty cool program. I've done it a couple times now, and back to the story with this guy, we ended up setting him up, got him all teed up. He bought the home. I don't remember exactly, but he is there, and he may have already sold. I'm not sure. but you have to hold on to the home. There's what is called an early payoff default, early payoff penalty if you sell or refinance it before 6 months, I think. So if you're interested in this, or if you are wanting to learn more, give us a call and we're happy to help.